Hello and welcome. This video will be about intercultural body language difference. This is basically what this video will be about. You will learn about the definition of body language, why knowing about this is important, and other stuff you should know about body language. And here is a definition I found online that I felt was closest to how I personally would define body language. It says, body language includes all the communication through the non-verbal channel. This can include how we greet others, how we sit or stand, our facial expressions, our clothes, hairstyles, tone of voice, eye movements, how we listen, how we breathe, and how close we stand to others and how we touch others. Now, you may wonder, why is knowing body language important? There are two main reasons. First, learning body language will help you connect with people better because it will allow you to expand your communication abilities. If you can pick up on tiny gestures the other person makes, you can understand them better, which leads to a better connection. And second, there's a special type of body language we use when we're angry or upset. By learning this type of body language, you will be able to know when your partner gets upset. By being able to read the signals that the other person is sending back, you can also avoid many unnecessary conflicts. Good examples of cultural differences in body language are the use of eye contact, how far apart people should be when they're talking, and the amount of physical contact that is preferred among people, which is also called personal space. We can never know all the rules another person operates by. However, knowing that differences exist can help to stop you misinterpreting signals and help you understand why people may act in a certain way. But things are never that simple. Understanding can get particularly complicated when you mix culture and gender. Eye contact from someone of the opposite sex, which you might think is a sign of attraction, could in fact be a sign of respect and interest, or even placing a curse on you. Similarly, if someone avoids shaking your hand when you meet, this could be, for example, to uphold certain traditions which forbid contact between a man and a woman. Different hand gestures can have different meanings in different countries. Here are some examples, especially C, because a lot of Taiwanese people like to put up a peace hand gesture and think it means yay. But beware when you go to a different country that it doesn't mean anything bad first before you want to put up a yay pose for a picture. And here on J, you can see that both sides of the yay gesture could have a bad meaning in other countries. If you're interested, you could also look up more gestures to make sure you don't accidentally insult or upset people, especially when you're going to a different country. And here, it shows you how much eye contact is used in different places, such as it is used a lot in regions such as the Middle East, Mediterranean cultures, Europeans, and Latin Americans. But taken in consideration in some of these cultures is the gender. It is used often in Northern Europe and North America, and is used somewhat carefully in cultures in Africa, Middle East, Korea, and Thailand, and it is used very carefully in most of the Far East. In the United States and Canada, intermittent eye contact is extremely important in conveying interest and attention. In many Middle Eastern cultures, intense eye contact between the same genders is often a symbol of trust and sincerity. However, Between opposite genders, especially in Muslim cultures, anything more than brief eye contact is considered inappropriate. Additionally, in Asian, African, and Latin American cultures, extended eye contact is considered a challenge. The Japanese tend to consider even brief eye contact uncomfortable, and in some cultures, a woman should look down when talking to a man. Okay, personal space. I would like to use this opportunity to say that personal space is extremely important. I, personally, get freaked out when someone gets too close to me. However, in some cultures, it is normal to be in the bubble. In China, if someone's doing business, it is widely accepted to have no personal space at all. Strangers regularly touch when standing near each other. On the other hand, some cultures require much more space than in America, which is preferably 2 feet minimum. Keep in mind that personal space will differ for everyone based on their upbringing. The advice that I give is that if you are unsure, start with your comfort zone, and then let the other person move to where they are comfortable. Now you may wonder how close and how much personal space you should give. Take this in consideration. High contact cultures tend to stand close when speaking and make physical contact more often. Latin America, Southern Europe, and most Middle Eastern nations are examples. Medium contact cultures stand quite close when speaking and will touch on occasion. Such cultures include Northern Europe and North America. Low contact cultures stand at a greater distance and generally avoid physical contact. The Far East is an example. Like shoulder touches or putting your arm around someone's shoulder. This is a big no-no. It may look okay, but you could be fooled. For example, did you know that in some sects of Judaism, the only woman that a man will touch in his lifetime is the woman he's married to? In Japan, Scandinavia, and England, touching is less frequent. In Latino cultures, touching is encouraged. Never touch a person's head. This could be religiously offensive in places like Thailand. Do not touch a Chinese gambler's shoulders, because it is considered bad luck and you could get into trouble. Really just don't touch, except to maybe shake hands. If you're comfortable, let the other person guide you to what is appropriate to them. Now let's talk about greetings. At a social event, chances are persons from a different culture will probably assimilate into everyone else's style. However, there are other greetings out there of which you should be aware of. In Japan and Korea, people bow. Though in Korea, men bow, but women nod their head. In Italy, people kiss cheeks. Between cultures, however, there are differences that could throw you off. For example, in part of Northern Europe, a quick, firm, one-pump handshake is the norm. In parts of Southern Europe, Central and South America, a handshake is longer and warmer, meaning the left hand usually touches the clasped hand, the elbow, or even the lapel of the shaky. Beware that in Turkey, a firm handshake is considered rude and aggressive. In certain African countries, a limp handshake is the standard. Men in Islamic countries never shake the hands of women outside family. Here are some questions. Think about this. Number 1. How much body language do you actually use in your daily life? For example, when you pose for a picture, or how you act when you're around someone you like or someone you dislike. Number 2. Please give me one more reason why knowing body language is important, besides the ones I mentioned in this video, of course. Number 3. How would you feel if someone didn't respect the way you were trying to express with your body language? Like if someone was standing too close to you and you backed away. This usually means that the other person is standing too close to you and you want them to back off a bit. If they respected you, they normally would back off. Vice versa, you should also respect others and try to interpret their body language and decide what is best and most comfortable for you and for them. And thank you for your time. If you would like to know more about these subjects, please make sure to look out for more videos coming soon. And keep in mind that all facts and pictures were found on Google. None of this belongs to me. All rights belong to the creators and authors that are included in this video. This video is used only for educational purposes. No harm meant to be done. Thank you and farewell.